Welcome back to Auto Care Secrets. Let's get right into the tips and tricks for keeping your ride running perfectly. The camshaft position sensor plays a critical role in your engine's performance. Its main job is to monitor the rotation and position of the camshaft, then send that information to the EC and the engine control module. Now, the camshaft itself is responsible for opening and closing the intake and exhaust valves at the right time during the four-stroke combustion cycle. When the ECM receives accurate data from the camshaft position sensor, it knows exactly when to control fuel injection and spark timing for optimal performance. But if that sensor starts failing, it can throw off both the fuel and spark timing, or even both, leading to poor engine performance and a variety of symptoms. Let's break those down one by one. Before we do, it's worth noting that the location of the camshaft position sensor can vary from one car to another. For example, my car has two camshaft sensors, and here's where they're located. Your vehicle might have one too, or even more depending on your engine design. If you can't find yours, I recommend checking Diagnostic. To show you an example, here's the camshaft sensor location and replacement procedure for my specific vehicle. Diagnostic makes it super easy to locate parts and get detailed repair steps for nearly any component on your car. Just head to Diagnostic, enter your vehicle's year, make, model, and engine, and you'll get full repair information. iLines leave a link and a discount code in the description below. Thanks to Diagnostic for sponsoring today's video. Alright, let us get back to it. Here are the most common symptoms of a bad camshaft position sensor. Symptoms number 1, check engine light. The most common sign is the check engine light appearing on your dashboard. You can use an OBD2 scanner to read the codes. If your camshaft position sensor is failing, you might see any of the codes shown on the screen right now. Keep in mind, your sensor could still be bad even without a stored code, so don't rely on that alone. Symptoms number 2, rough idle. If your engine feels shaky or vibrates noticeably while sitting still, like at a red light or stop sign, you could be dealing with a rough idle. When the camshaft sensor sends incorrect timing data to the ECM, your spark plugs may fire at the wrong moment, causing misfires. This is one of the most common drivability issues linked to a faulty sensor. Symptoms number 3, poor acceleration. Another big one is acceleration problems. When the ECM receives inaccurate information, it miscalculates when to inject fuel and fire the spark plugs. That means reduced combustion efficiency and slower or uneven acceleration when you step on the gas. Symptoms number 4, poor fuel economy. A failing camshaft sensor can also lead to bad gas mileage. Since it messes up the timing of your fuel injection, the engine burns fuel less efficiently. uLines notice yourself making more frequent trips to the gas station even though your driving habits haven't changed. Symptoms number 5, hard start or no start. If your engine cranks longer than usual before starting, or doesn't start at all, this could also point to a bad camshaft position sensor. Because the ECM isn't getting accurate data, it can't properly control ignition or fuel injection timing. That can result in a prolonged crank or, in the worst case, a crank no-start situation. Symptoms number 6, jerking or hesitation while driving. You might also feel your car jerk or stumble randomly while driving. This happens when the signal from the camshaft sensor cuts out intermittently, confusing the ECM and momentarily interrupting engine power. Symptoms number 7, engine stalling. Lastly, if your car dies suddenly while driving, especially when coming to a stop or idling, the camshaft sensor could be the culprit. When the ECM loses input from that sensor, it can no longer keep the engine running properly, leading to unexpected stalling. Before replacing the sensor, make sure to inspect the wiring and connectors. Look for cracked insulation, corrosion, or loose plugs, since these can cause the same symptoms as a bad sensor. Cleaning or repairing the connection might solve the problem without replacing the sensor itself. And that's it. Those are the most common signs and symptoms of a bad camshaft position sensor. If you're seeing any of these issues, start by scanning for codes, checking the wiring, and confirming the sensor's condition before replacing it. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. We'll see you next time.